buckwheat, and looks like a creepy weeds that we have, and, it just seems like a bunch of weeds. But one thing about it, we have control of the weeds we plant. So, weeds are there for a purpose, and the reason for the cover crops to help get your soil balance out. And whatever grows good is taking the nutrients that are tied up and get it on top of the ground and get it back. And we use livestock. We have stock there that's grazing. That was the week that we voluntary wheat come back, and we went and cut it off with alfalfa in there and had a grazing windrows and then wheat, and then we went ahead and drilled some more alfalfa and grasses and clovers in there. And this is what that was before. We'll plant wheat in the fall or triticale, and in the spring we'll come in and plant our alfalfa, just spread it out with some chili nitrate and get the alfalfa established. And part of the triticale or wheat and the alfalfa will be there growing, so we've always got something growing. Worked really well for us. Then we come in the fall and have the cattle graze it, keep it grazed down. We went in there and drilled some more clovers and grass and alfalfa, making sure we had good stand. This is one of our alfalfa fields. The white tubes in the back. We utilize silage bell wrapping as a way of getting that hay off quickly. You're not damaging the next crop. Or if you're doing cover crops, take those off quickly. You come back right in and plant your cash crop. And we usually have a mix of grass and clovers. And that's part of our rotation with livestock. We got organic grass-fed cattle, and that's part of our rotation of the crops to help build the soil and break the weed cycle. Is the key. Having something different, you can break those weed cycles. This is our high-speed disc. Amazing what that thing is doing. It's all standing crop. You're not really going very deep. You're mixing that whole profile of your disc with the material and get it attached to the ground and get your microbes. Use the residues products and help break that down and help build your organic matter and your soil activation. Biggest thing is just like a tiller. You just throw as much dirt, but you're not doing it very deep. You're going with a lot of speed. It's not very wide and clean at the 400 horse tractor on that 12, 17 foot disc. But it takes a lot of horsepower to be going fast. This is the Tessabester. Talk to Matt about it more. Dude, he's going to have a presentation after done here. We go out and plant. We'll go at an angle of the rows before the corn really gets starting to come up, and we'll level that field out, take care of any weeds or any clods that got some weeds in it, and get the field leveled out so for the next pass be good. Reading, I kind of go at an angle. A lot of guys go up down the road with GPS, but get a little nervous because for some reason GPS off and you end up driving down the road. I didn't want to do that, which now I got confident enough that it ain't going to happen. But, you can see the wheel tracks. It will cause a compaction deal or something through the summer. You'll still see the wheat track or the wheel tracks. But to me, I think it's more important to get that field, get your trash gun laid out, get laid down, and get your clods busted up. So your next week pass, you can do a better job. And Matt's going to show us more after that. Really, really good view of that. There it is. It's black beans. We raise black beans part of our wheat cycle deal. We don't plant them until June 10th or whatever. We're going to try to plant them a little earlier. But it gets a different wheat cycle that you can take care of. It's hotter and drier then. It's easy to keep the weeds cleaned out of there and keep ahead of them because the ground's drier. And you notice that you can see it on this picture, they're the same field, but we plant in twin row. We use GPS, move our planter over, go out, turn around, and come back in twin row. So we could get a little earlier ground cover at 36-inch rows. And we still use our same cultivator and all of our same tools. We don't have to have another set of equipment to do it. But it is part of our weed plan is having something grow. And then we really get a massive cover crop beforehand. So we get it done. And then the other thing else, this is only a 90-day crop. So we can come in and get our wheat or rye or triticale planted early enough in the fall to get some growth on it before winter hits. So it's a, we're not really very good triangle bean country where we're at. We try to keep it in our rotation. This is our rotary hoe. We got the front solid, just like a regular rotary hoe. We added the second in the back, and you can't really see it here, but it's only concentrating 6 wheels right on the row. So we're double rotary hoeing the crop itself. We're not too worried about the rest. We get it cultivated out. The wheel sitting there, you can notice on it, not a very good picture, but we weld these hoe bits on it. You got a tool that you can put it on there, and you just weld each one of them on there, and that really works. They're just like spoons, just like welding a spoon on it. Well, they're easy to go into the ground. You got hard ground, and then they're make the thing longer, and then they really scoop in and drill up. They're really aggressive, and they don't seem like it's crop any. It's amazing how well it does. Another tool we have is, and Dean said, yeah, tell some of your things that don't work and what does work. But anyway, see here we fed cattle on these hills, and I was about ready to disc it under because there's much lamb's quarter and stuff thrown there and weeds. You can't even see where the corn row is. That flamer, it's just an old buffalo cultivator with a sweep on it. We had the sweep kind of take it out in the row, and then we flame the rest of it. We was able to salvage that crop. Bad as that got, and Reggie kind of got me steered in the right direction. I have this right here. This is set. I can change the positions. I can tilt them back, and then I can move my shields back and forth. You notice here, these stay on, but this one here I can take out when I get in taller crops. When I'm in short crops like this here, it retains the heat right on the corn row. I'm not concerned about the rest of the cultivated out anyway. Then as the crop gets bigger, oh, that's up here, they're bigger. Reggie got me straightened out how to get these things set and widen them out, 14 inches wide, 15 down from the ground. And that really, it didn't burn the crops much. Really worked well. And the other key we learned this year is get in there right away with the cultivator right behind it. Because you got them weeds all wilted down and stressed down, the corn's still standing up. And then you can throw that dirt on them weeds. We kind of learned that this year, that really worked good. Come in and follow the cultivator. And it really helped us out. And we can take the sweeps off if you don't need it. This is the Hiniker Cultivator. We've got the we're always seem like we're doing two things at once. Here we're planting our cover crops. We'll have a picture of that later on. This one here, it's kind of hard to see, but we got a sprayer kit that sprays on top of the corn. We use that as a foliar feed. We have that set so that this bracket, we can twist, turn, and bend it down or up. And when we're doing little corn the first time over, if we need some nutrients, foliar feed, we can get that and turn the spray right with the row. So all of it's concentrated on the road, we're just not spraying on the ground. And then when we're here, we got it set up and out, and it sprays over the whole canopy. That there, I was just about too late getting in that field for cultivating. Here's what it looks like with popcorn. Popcorn's not so aggressive as regular corn. That's a little more light in. You get a nice stand to turn up some radishes and kale. And then we got some, you see little grasses in there. That's we planted Italian ryegrass this year. And that's, hopefully some of it over winter will be coming next spring for us too. But that all, we run our cattle on there. We got always 1,000 head of cattle around. We keep them out in the fields and feed them out there all the time and they graze this in the wintertime. What they've been talking about tilth and getting your levels right and everything, I think that's probably one of the important things on the weeds is get your soil balanced, get things in order, get your tilth right. Weeds are not a big issue anymore as much as it was when we first started. So, how am I doing on time? Reggie, I see he just walked in. Maybe you can talk a little bit about this here And also on the spray that we sprayed earlier on beans when I do in the cultivator with the boron.
Okay, it's a little fuzzy.
Yeah, that's hard to see.
Oh, boy. That's about impossible.
Yeah,
We should have had bigger. But, yeah,
just the
Jerry,
basics of it is what I'm after anyway.
yeah, Dean and I were trying to get some other stuff together for later today. But Mike Wickman and myself have worked with Jerry for about 15 years. And he has some soil that had 9.5% K for the base saturation. The one thing you're going to grow, amaranth, pigweed, amaranth, pigweed. And so what he ended up doing, about every other year, he would get a deal either on gypsum or calcium. And through about 75% of the land, he would add gypsum on and gypsum on. And now when I did the foliar, or did the soil test, I was reading it, and that particular field is under 5% base saturation for potassium. Guess what? Pigweed and ragweed, amaranth, Palmer amaranth, they're just nothing. And that is the one case that all you guys got to focus on when you're working. You know, like potato growers, everybody puts 600 pounds of potassium out there. Why would that helps the yield? But the point is, limit your potassium on the rotational crops, or go with some calcium. With the calcium, you're still going to have the solubility of the potassium. In the case, it's going to be a little too soluble because we're working a lot of sand with the potatoes. But get your calcium there. I'm sure that a number of you guys have been using about 1,000 pounds of calcium or 1,500 pounds of gypsum just to make sure that the sulfur and calcium are there for the potato growers. But that's what Jerry has done, and then he's got all this rotational stuff. I think you're going ahead about you're cultivating about 3 times every year, right?
About between heroin and rhodiola and twice, at least, in the cultivator, depending on how the other does.
This shows here, he started right here at about a 1.3 organic matter. He was about 2.7 2 years ago. Okay? Everybody says tillage is going to tear up the organic matter. Not with them, because everything after 1 week of tillage, they have green crops growing. The biggest problem with all the green crops growing, it's a real hassle with wireworms. If you have a continued rotational crop of wireworms, you're going to have problems with wireworms. Well, it's a matter of diatomaceous earth organically to get rid of them, and then doing some biologicals to get rid of them also. So that's a combination there. What more can I say?
The other thing, I put that shows a picture of the sprayer on a cultivator, and you have me use a mixture of boron and fish for small crops like this to help suppress the weed and help the legume grow.
Been growing organics for basically 40 years. And one thing I learned years ago, we have to make sure that to avoid the weeds, is to back off. Now, I strongly encourage anybody that has legumes to make sure that they got plenty of boron. So now, when we're going ahead and we're spraying corn with the tillage. We're banding there, and then we're doing it with the dry edibles. In that particular case, I use boron and manganese, Mn, and zinc. When you've got weeds about that big, boron and manganese is toxic to those weeds. So when we do that, what happens, the corn and the beans and everything goes, and generally speaking, you're going to have these little weeds in suspended animation for about 10 days before you're going to cultivate organically. It just plain flat out works. I know like Matt and Ben Saddleberg do the same thing. They foliar spray beans, I think, 3 or 4 times. And that's how you do make sure that you have the benefit for the crop that you're foliar spraying and a detriment for the crop, the weeds that you're foliar spraying. So in that particular combination, that seems to work quite well.
And the seeding of the turnips and the grasses and stuff, we have center pivot. We'll get them cultivated and we'll run that pivot right away. You know, the soil is really used. It'll get those started in there. They might only grow up a little spindly deal, 2 leaves, don't mount anything. As soon as the leaves start falling down in the fall, we see what it looks like in the picture. It just blossoms and they really grow. And they'll grow, you know, it gets down to 20 a night. If they don't do it for very long, they'll keep growing, you know, turnips and stuff. So we got some grading and stuff.
Gary, with the till for the organic matter, are you seeing that you don't have to use quite as much well water as you used to, or no change?
Oh, yeah, I'm sure it definitely, well, you can just tell it absorbs better, it's just a better situation. Yeah, we still use our wells. Like this year we had plenty of rain, so it wasn't a big deal, but we're on electric wells, and in order to get the cheaper electric rate, they shut us off 7 days a week if it's really hot and dry. So we probably over irrigate for the simple reason we got to keep ahead of it. You don't want to get behind because you can't get caught back up. And so, but yeah, you know, we have less runoff, I guess we should say. Too. You know, the fields we just don't have any runoff. I know one time Cindy pointed out when she went to town after heavy rain, the field was just kind of set with water, it's pretty flat in one of them. And by the time she got back, it was just all absorbed in. It didn't run off. It just, you know, the ground took it in. So that's huge.